Hey guys, I am Jeff the Homestead Dad, and welcome to the Homestead. As you could probably tell from the title, this is my response to Matt Carriker's last two videos, one on Off the Ranch and one on Demo Ranch. And my first thoughts after watching them were, I'm not crying, you are. It seems weird to be getting emotional about a guy who I've never met, but Matt was one of the first channels I watched, and I may have actually found his Vet Ranch channel before finding Demo Ranch and then watching Off the Ranch when he started that. But Matt has a special place in my heart. I did a spoof video on him in my earlier YouTube days. I will leave a link in it in the description below. But I just kind of was joking about all of the things that he was doing that I liked doing and that he was doing them better. And I think the title of the video was Matt Carriker Ruined My Life. And the reason that holds a special place in my heart is because that was the first video of mine that did really well. I think I was monetized at that point, but I think that's only because back in those days, you only had to have 100 subscribers and I don't even know if there was an hour limit. This was way back in the early days. And I remember I was at basketball practice. I think I had just finished coaching my own team's practice, and I was there afterwards for one of my children's other practices. And my phone started blowing up because it was letting me know that I had gotten another comment and another comment. And, and then I started looking at views. And at the time, I think my videos were doing like they do now. I get 50 or 60 views. And it went from, 50 to 150 to 500. And that video, for the longest time, no matter what I was doing, was always one of my top 10 videos every month because Matt Carriker is just that popular. The only channel I can think of that I may have watched longer than Matt is Wrangler Star, and I've not watched him a lot lately. But Matt, I always did. It's going to be weird watching YouTube and not seeing his videos come up. And like I said, it's kind of weird because I don't know him personally. I've never chatted with him personally. I've actually talked to his dad. I've messaged with his dad because his dad found that video and thought it was funny. So we ended up chatting, and then I would comment on his dad's videos. His dad's got a YouTube channel. And I think one of his aunts maybe had commented on that video as well. They liked it. So there were other people who didn't get the joke and were threatening me, which was pretty funny. But yeah, I have to say, I think if we didn't live in a broken world, Matt could continue to do videos until he was 80. And we'd all watch him, and love it. And, he'd have a souped up motorized wheelchair with a bazooka on it or something. But I think really the beginning of the end, in my mind, for Matt, was when he had to stop putting his family on his YouTube videos for safety reasons. And I think that's really when, if I had to guess, that was the beginning of the end. Because before that, he was doing YouTube with his family. His wife was on the channel all the time. His kids were on the channel all the time. And if there weren't safety concerns, I think he could have continued to do that. And maybe he would have decided not to as well. Maybe, just to give them their own privacy and let them do what they want. But I think that was the beginning of the end. I really do. I think it was, now he had to separate YouTube from his family, and that's no fun. I don't necessarily include all of my kids in my videos, or my wife, because some of my kids don't like being in the videos. Some of them really like being in the videos, and my wife doesn't particularly like being in the videos. But for Matt, it seems that that had to have been hard for him. And I totally understand. And like everybody else has said, I wish him nothing but the best. I hope he does amazing things. I know he will. I'm just sad for all of the rest of us who are going to miss out on all of his mischief and mayhem. And I think it's mostly because we live in a world where people think it's okay, and maybe it wasn't even they think it's okay. Maybe they were not mentally right. But I appreciate Matt. I don't know that he'll ever see this video. In both of his last videos, one for Off the Ranch and Demo Ranch, he talked about it not being saturated YouTube and going out and just making videos. And I haven't been making videos lately. I've talked to people about it. And when we went on our trip to Mexico and did the video on that, it reminded me I like doing videos. I'm never going to be a great editor. Then that's okay. And I'm never going to go into all of the transitions. Like, I know how to edit. I know how to edit well enough. You guys might dispute that. But I like making videos. I like including people in what I'm doing. And I think similar to channels like Keeping It Dutch and Arms Family Homestead, I think Daniel Arms, who I don't know personally, I've never met personally, but I've chatted with multiple times on different platforms. Same thing with Dutch. I've known them since they had, 10,000 subscribers. But like, they do channels of what they do with their family and the things that they're doing. They don't have a niche channel. I guess I wouldn't call it a niche. They just do it. They film what they're doing. And whether that's traveling to Florida or digging a pond or building a house or putting in a, what's the fireplace that Dutch is putting in, those kind of things. And I think that's just going to be the way that my channel is. And sometimes people like the videos and sometimes they won't. But I'm going to try to do better at actually posting videos on a regular basis. Because, like Matt said, just do something, and maybe that'll help spread some joy to someone. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed Matt's videos. And if so, I know he's going to read the comments. Go leave him a comment and tell him that you enjoyed it. I really hope that at some point, once the kids are out of the house, maybe he comes back to YouTube. But I also hope maybe he doesn't. And he just kind of rides off into the sunset and enjoys retirement. I know he's going to have all of those people that you saw in the last Demo Ranch video. He's got lots of friends that are, going to keep an eye on him and make sure everything's good. But he's got a good family. So yeah, thanks, Matt. And thank you to everyone who's watching. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video.